Alrighty. How we doing today, brother?
We doing good. We just chilling. You know what I mean, I only had one class today, so I'm in my bag right now, making sure I'm getting shit done. I cleaned my room today.
Cleaned your room?
My room was dirty as shit, bro. Like I gotta clean this joint up. Like I cleaned that joint one day, the next day, complete trash, complete another trash. Dead
One
ass.
day.
One day, yes, one day. And it doesn't even happen throughout the course of the day like, oh, word, that one thing's dirty. It's like in a matter of 1 hour, the room returns right back to how it looked before I cleaned it. So I just make sure I have one day in the week where I clean that joint, and I'm completely good. I mean, completely chilling.
Do you have? You want to just close that for me, quick? My bad.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Do you have? Are you? Is your setup like this, where you have 4 separate rooms, or are you in with another
Oh yeah,
roommate?
no, I share a room with my man's Brian or whatever. Shout out to my man's Brian. But yeah, so it's not like this. I wish it was like this. Shoot, I had biddies coming through all the time. Got my own room, but nah. Gotta save that money. I mean,
So, are you freshman, sophomore?
I'm a sophomore
Okay.
right now, so I'm just cruising.
Cruising?
The whole yeah, like. I don't know. Freshman year was all good or whatever. Being a sophomore, it's a bit easier because I know the ropes and stuff like that. Like I know how to handle my schedule. I know when I gotta buckle down and shit. But yeah, being a sophomore, it's definitely easier than being a freshman. Being a freshman in college hit me like shit. It's all like nah.
Well, Drexel ain't. Drexel's not a walk in the park compared to other schools either.
Oh nah. This 10 week system really do be in my ass like a bike with no seat. Yo, I swear to God, bro. I remember because I wasn't even in the major that I was now. I was a CS major before, and then I switched. Man, when I switched, I swear to God, bro, that was the greatest thing I ever did, bro.
What are you doing now?
I'm doing entertainment arts management right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah. Fuck that CS shit, bro. They had me in the lab for about 9 hours a day. I was like, oh no, I can't do this.
What is CS?
See, computer science.
Okay,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
hell no.
Yeah, I definitely I was like, I can't do this for the rest of my life. And then even after I graduate, it was supposed like rumors and shit that they are trying to get computers to code themselves, and I'm like, nah, because then computers just gonna take my job. I don't need that. I don't need that on my conscience and shit like that. I'd rather just be an artist. No, nobody can do what I do when I do art. So.
Yeah. So tell the people a little bit about yourself. What you got going on?
Oh, word. So, as you just heard, I am an artist. Like when it comes to art, I do a lot. Like I draw, I rap, I write. I do all that for real, for real. But the thing that I've delved into the most this year is music and stuff. So I just started making music, and I started last year. I released one song on SoundCloud. It was "Rich and Lonely," and then after I released that song, I just got hooked. I was like, I gotta make more music because I just love it. So I met up with a producer. I met up with my man's. He became my manager, and then he introduced me to a producer. And now I'm just making music all the time, like getting to know people and stuff. And that, like, I met you, so
Hmm.
we got this going on. It's just popping off the way it's supposed to be. It's a nice little process, and I got other things planned and stuff like that.
Dude, I fuck with it. When I first, because we first talked on on the elevator, and you're like, yeah, check me out, and I was like, oh boy, because like I listen, which it's for me, it's pretty amazing that I like went to listen to you just because that's how I am. Like for me, rap nowadays is something completely different than what I fuck with.
Right.
Like
That's a nice way of putting it.
I'm like mumble rappers and like all these new age rappers, and that is not me. So
Right.
like for me to even check you out, and then I was like, damn, like there's lyricism to it, and what I fuck with too is that you like your flows switch up. Like you're not just in a box.
Uh-huh.
Like I listening to your shit, you go one way here, one way there, and I fuck with it hard.
Yo, thanks. I appreciate that heavy. Like that's one thing a lot of people like to say about me. It was like if it's not the lyrics, because it's always the lyrics. They be like, your flow is just crazy. How do you switch it up like that? I'm like, I don't know. It's honestly, my flow like a river. I just do what the words do. You mean? So if I'm feeling one way and then I'm like, oh shit, I just hear something else in my head. The words just come. So that's how that worked for real, for real. But I like to play around. Like I'm not, because I can get real lyrical with it. Like I can say some real deep lyrical stuff, but it's hard listening to that all the time. Because who in a serious mood all the time, for real, for real? So, like, on SoundCloud, I just released this joint. It was a new Freezer remix.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's way different from the stuff that I released in the summer because it was kind of like mumble rap. But my fans liked it a lot because they know that, like, that's not me. Like,
Yeah.
they know that I can play around like that.
They know that there's going to be other. You're absolutely right. Because, like, my favorite rappers, it's like sometimes you want to just vibe and get deep.
Right.
And like, your thoughts. And, like, other times it's like, I just want to bang. And,
right,
like, you
yeah.
Like, you're all over the board with it, which I love it.
Yeah, like, I was chilling with me and my mans. It was my man's Brian, and my man's Brandon. And we always talking shit to each other. We always like, shut up, bitch. Somebody eat hope. Like, all this dumb shit. And so then we kept saying it to a point. It was like, yo, Sky. I'm like, what's up, bro? You got to make a song where you just be like, put it with a motherfucking steak. I was like, all right, shit.
Dude.
I mean, it don't matter. What's up with it? And then my man's Jay, that's my other roommates. He played the new Freezer remix. And this was one night where we was all getting turned as fuck. And I started freestyling on it. It was like, yo, please make a new Freezer remix. I was like, I got you. Y'all want it like this though? I mean, this kind of like the new age rap. It was like, bro, it's turned. We don't care. I was like, all right, bet. I got y'all.
That's what I like. Like, your shit reminds me of what I like from 90s and like the hip hop era. And it like, to me, it sounds like you're mixing that with like the sound of today.
Oh yeah.
And kind of
yeah.
like how rappers approach shit today, which is fucking amazing, dude. You're awesome. I love it. Like, I your shit goes pretty hard. I work out to your shit. I was just working out to some of your songs today.
What?
It puts me right in the fucking zone.
What songs you be listening to? Like, what's some of your favorite tracks?
So my favorite, Bad Influence, is pretty good.
Yo,
Cause that tone, like that, the rhythm and the beat, how it's just real. Like,
oh word.
It puts you there. Autopilot's good.
Oh yeah.
Your like, I've gone through your album multiple times, but when I listen to an album, I listen to them kind of in a different mindset than I listen to singles. So like when I listen to an album, I listen to it like how I feel a lot of artists want it to be played from beginning to end.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
so
that's how I think you should listen to it. My bad.
Yeah, so like that's when I go in, I'll listen to that, and like there's great tracks on there, but like when I'm listening to an album, since it's not like a single where I'm like, you go and search out just to find that single.
Right.
Where an album, I'll put it on and I'll go doing something. I'm like, ooh, yeah, this shit's good. Like sometimes I might just not go and look at it. But like your shit, I fuck with it, all of it. Cause like it's good. Like like you said, the Freezer one, I just listened to that today. And that was like a total switch up again. I'm like, damn, dude, this kid, he's killing it. And
like, oh damn, I don't mean to cut you off, but it's just like, not even that I'm just trying to switch up the shit. It's just I got so much on my mind that I'm just trying to express that expressing it, you can't express all your thoughts in the same way. Like, you got to express your thoughts to make sure that you get the point across. So getting the point across probably don't come in the same way. Like, if you want to get the point across, like, yo, you're not supposed to take this seriously, make a track that they don't take seriously. Like, make something that you gonna have fun with, that you can just vibe out to any time of the day. But if you gonna make a track that you want them to actually sit down and listen to, make sure that vibe is there and stuff like that. Like, the next joint I'm gonna release is called Robo Mom. And honest, I'm telling you, bro.
Robo Mom.
Yo, y'all gonna hear it and y'all gonna be like, what the fuck? Like who is this nigga? Like dead ass. Get him right now. Like, so I'm just so excited. It's gonna be another switch up too. So like y'all thought New Freezer was a completely different switch up from what I released in the summer. Then this is gonna be a completely new switch up too as well. So I'm just waiting on that and shit. But I'm low key excited. I'm glad that you like the shit and stuff too, bro. I try real hard.
Fuck yeah. Not only that, I want to fucking. You're young, you're my age, like you're grinding. I want to fucking I know what it's like, Just,
right. Like I'm looking at your setup right now. I'm like, damn, he got the shit going on and shit like that. Like,
barely.
Nah, bro. I walked in here. I was like, oh shit, he official for real. Like, so I was excited about the podcast. I was telling people too. I was like, it was like, what's up, Sky? I'm like, yeah, I'm just chilling. I mean, you got anything going on with your music? I got a little song going on. I got a podcast interview with this man. You know what I'm saying, I'm at him all day. Like just throwing it out there. And it was like, oh, word, you got a podcast interview? Yeah, bro. It ain't nothing. Whatever. Like,
I love it.
I can't wait. Like, I can't wait to let everybody know that I did the joint with you. I'm gonna post this on the gram. It's gonna be crazy.
That's awesome. So you were talking about your lyricism and how you approach each song different. Is there like is a song like do you sit down and like you have an idea for a song and you write it, or is your process the same for every song, or is it different? Like, do ideas come from different places and the process is different from song to song?
So like, if if I'm writing a single, the single usually comes from like a real quick thought or a freestyle. Like I freestyled something, it was so hot, somebody said record it, and I was like, all right, cool, I got you. Or I got a concept, and honestly, concepts turn into projects because with that one concept, I can make probably like 20 different songs, and it takes a while to get those songs recorded because I just got an idea. Like a concept that I got right now is on my project that I'm working on. I've been telling everybody it's called Lindsay, and that's being recorded. That's being released in February. But that's a concept album, and it's about how I fell in love with art and shit like that. And it's gonna be real trippy too. Like it's got a nice little LSD concept in there and shit like that. So with that one concept of how I fell in love with art, I just used the theme of love to go through all of the songs and shit like that.
Okay.
And I was able to make probably like I made like 10 tracks off that just one theme, and those are 10 tracks that are good. There are like way other tracks that I started off with. I was just like scrap because I just want to get that one nice little message across and stuff. Another concept album that I have is Aldo. Like Aldo's getting released in the summer. I told everybody about that like 2 years prior because that's already recorded. That's already done. It's just making sure that I plan this out accordingly, making sure the process is nice. I don't want to rush anything and shit like that. Like, honestly, it's just sitting, and as it sits, it's like we add more seasoning to it. We like, oh, where we can add this, we can add that.
Yeah.
Like, all that other stuff. So it's cool. And, like, when it comes to writing lyrics, like one of my favorite lyrics is in Autopilot. The first verse of Autopilot, intoxicated by the THC, high on green leaf, I get a spark of creativity.
Yeah.
Like that's when the lyrics get like real heavy.
Yeah.
Versus like and bad influence where like maneuver the Buddha, the sailors I whip it like that. That's just me playing around. Like so yes, the lyrics definitely they capture the message that I'm trying to put out and shit like that.
Are you generally starting with your beats, or are you generally starting with lyrics, or is it a mix?
Sometimes I start with lyrics. Like I got lyrics, and because that's how I got discovered by my producer and shit like that. Like people heard my lyrics, and they was like, "Yo, you stand out from everybody else." Like I listen to one artist, I'd be like, "All right, they good." I listen to another artist, I'm like, "They trash." I listen to you, and I'm like, "Yo, his lyrics is off the chain. Is anybody really listening to what he's saying?" And so when it came to something like that, people would come to me with beats. They was like, "Yo, I got this beat. You have to write some lyrics to it." I'm like, "I got you, bro." And so that's how I met up with my producer. But it comes a point where if I hear a beat, I might like something just might start flowing in my head, and I'm like, I gotta write this down. Like so that's really how the construction of the song works for real.
Is it spontaneous, or is it like, all right, I'm gonna sit down and just play with my thoughts, or is it kind of like you're walking out, or you're in class, you're here, you're there, and it's just like, oh, I gotta write that down quick?
When I'm walking to class, I usually got other music playing, but if I have no music playing, then it's gonna be like I gotta write that down, because honestly, I'm probably just saying like random bars in my head, and I'm like, damn, that was so hot. Writes it down. Like, or if I hear a beat, like you listen to music, and when you listen to music, the music kind of take over you a little bit. Like you probably just be sitting down, your friend be like, listen to this, you be like, oh. And you just start bobbing your head involuntarily because that shit just hot. Yeah. Like if I hear a beat where it's like so hot, the words literally just start spitting out my mouth, and I'll be like, "Oh shit, I can't believe I said that!" Like, dead ass. Like I just be like, "Oh shit," and then at that point where my body is like, "You have to say something to this hot ass beat," that's when I start writing shit down and shit like that.
That's cool.
And construct the song.
That's neat. That's.
Like it's real hard to explain like the artistic process of how something comes about, because each thing comes about differently. Like Autopilot came about when I was in high school, but I didn't get into music till I was a freshman in college. Yeah. So I wrote Autopilot as a poem, and Autopilot, of course, was a song about how like I'm just detached away from like everybody in everybody surrounding me because I'm just doing my own thing and shit like that. And so when it came to a point where I started making music, I'm like, I can definitely turn this into a song. I just got to get the flow right. Versus like with the single self-sufficient came about when I was actually doing music. Like I was doing music. I just listened to a Logic album and I was like, yo, I have to make something that slaps. Like I just that's when inspiration comes from other shit. And I was like, all right, this is what this is gonna be for real.
That's cool. And are you the one that does all your art? Your
Yeah. If you see, I'll be trying to tell people that because I don't think nobody knows. Like when you see any of my cover art for any of my shit, if it's not a picture, I drew it. Like that was me. I don't go to anybody else to draw my stuff. Like people offer to draw my stuff, and I definitely cater to people if they want to draw me something. Like if somebody wants to draw me something and they ask me to pay them, like I don't mind because I get paid to draw art for people. Like so I understand that they try to make a buck and they also try to like actually collab with a good artist and build their portfolio. Like I got you or whatever. But when it comes to just music, like if it's meaningful to me, like Autopilot, I definitely drew that, and I drew it because I had like all this shit I wanted to do with it. Like after I drew the cover for Autopilot, and I drew the cover for Self-Sufficient because I released those back to back, and I made animations for them, and those are like real low on my Instagram. I might repost them later on, but like that's what that like I really do get real passionate when it comes to the cover art of my shit. Like,
dude, that is because when I first started fucking with your shit, I was looking, and probably the first thing I really saw and took in was the cover of I'm drawing a blank, the album.
Oh, System Overload. And you had it on Instagram where like 9 of the pictures
made for the cover. And just like that and then I also was reading through, you would go through and what was it? Each day leading up to the drop, you posted like a fact, and they were all different pictures, and I was like, dude, like whoever's drawing his shit, like I like because like that cover of that System Overload just makes you want to like hop in a ring and start like,
oh my goodness,
like throwing fists. And then Autopilot was another one where it was like, damn, the cover of this is on some other shit.
Oh shit.
And then I think it was only a couple days ago where I don't know what I was going through, but I was like, wait. Like I wanted to ask you who did your shit, and I was like, "Wait a second, is he drawing all this shit too?" Like you're writing these lyrics, you're writing poems, you're drawing your art. Yes. Like you are just an artist to your core.
That's what that's what I'll be trying to tell people, but they don't understand like how much of an artist I am. When I say I'm an artist, they're like, "Oh, word, he rap." I'm like, "No, like I've been doing art since I was 2." Like, and it all started with drawing. Like, if I was to bring you up to my room, I have a trunk, and in that trunk, it's a box full of sketchbooks that are like completely done. I got like 8 sketchbooks, and I also have like sculptures that I sculpted and shit like that. I got handmade handcrafts and shit like that. Like, and the music stuff, I just started getting into music. I also make videos. I edit videos. Like,
yeah,
I can brag a lot.
Your Instagram video that you did with your boy about like living in hell.
Yeah, Date Dragon, bro.
That had me rolling.
Yo, yeah. I was bro, like one thing that we always set a goal for the year, and a goal that reoccurs every year was like, yo, we gotta make funny videos. So, cause me and my friends we'll just say a joke, but the joke won't stop until like 3 hours later, cause we just carry it out. So, so one of the jokes was like, man, Drexel feel like fucking hell, bro. And they was like, yo, dead ass, bro. It definitely is hell. And then we was like, AJ Drexel be coming up with the motherfucking pitchfork, be like, give me my motherfucking twist. like it'd be so funny. And then we was like, you know what? We gotta make a video where we go to hell. And we did it, and they was like, how we gonna film this, guy? I'm like, just improvise. Like, do whatever. I'm gonna drop down real quick. Recorded it. And then my man Brandon, he came up. Yo, what's up? Welcome to hell. I'm like, honestly, it was all improvised and shit like that.
I love that. It's so hot. It's so hot. You're going. I'm like, bro, it's not even that hot. Bro, chill out. It's not hot. And you just keep going off.
It's actually quite cold today. Bro, yo, one of my friends, they came up to me and was like, bro, I saw that hell video. I'm like, oh, word, you like that, John? He was like, I was rolling for honestly like 5 minutes straight. I can't even deal with my own self sometimes.
I think
bro.
that the hot and then the demons, when you're like,
yeah.
who the fuck are they? And they're like, oh, that's just the demons.
Yo, yeah, bro, that was one of our ongoing jokes. So, like, me and my friends got a ton of insiders and shit like that. One of the insiders is that God made Earth, and when God made Earth, he scrapped it because he ain't like it. So one, he made Earth and tried to kill all of us motherfuckers with the flood, but that ain't work because these niggas just came back, and so he just leave Earth here. That's why when people try to talk, nothing against nobody religion, but that's why you don't hear God responding back to you all the time. You're like, yo, what's up, God? I just want to ask for some blessings. Silence, because he ain't here. He done with us. And one of the ways that we portray the people on Earth in the eyes of God, though, is just like literally dickheads. Like they look like those demons. They be like, hey,
like he looks down and he's like, what did I do?
Yeah, exactly like that, bro. Like, imagine that. God like, all right, bro, I made this for y'all. They be like, all you gotta do is just don't eat the apple. Apple? It'd be like, no, don't eat the apple. Apple. It'd be like, no. Oh my God, he ate the apple. Like,
and then he's just like, oh God damn it, God damn, and that's himself. He's cursing at himself. I like that too, because like my one good buddy is in he's going for. He's gonna get pissed, but it's cinematography. Yeah, that's what it is. Because he gets pissed when I call it photography. It's different. It's different.
Right.
And like with him, and just with myself too, like on Instagram and shit, I love fucking around with making edits and like videos. Like that's a fun thing to do.
Right.
And like, why wouldn't you? It's the 21st century. You're just gonna be more and more around you. Like, why not start playing around with it?
Yeah, exactly. Like you gotta delve into the new stuff that's being released on the internet. Honestly, because if you not, you gonna get left behind so quick. Because it's sweeping over everything. Like, I started getting into video editing when I was in high school because I was making, like, dumbass little Vines and shit like that. I remember when Vine came out, I was like, these Jones is mad funny. And then the whole game changed when you saw somebody who was on Vine at first get into a movie. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, he was just making Vines. Like, how the hell he get put in a movie, though? And so I was like, I gotta start making videos and stuff. But it drove past, like, I'm making these videos to get into a movie to I'm making these videos because I honestly just love editing this shit. Like,
there's nothing like when you're like, it's done. And like you watch it 1,000 times throughout the process to make sure shit's right. But that feeling of like, all right, I know this is what I want.
Right.
And you go in and you hit play and you just sit there for the first time like, yeah, fuck yeah,
bro. Honestly, like when a song's like completely done, and I just listen to it, I'm like, damn, this was what I heard in my head, and like it didn't exist at first. Like, how the hell did I hear this when none of this was even existing? Like, so having that feeling of completion after you just made a some type of art, ain't no other feeling like it. And then people come up to you and say that John dope. People be like, yo, so what is it like having people come up to you? I'm like, oh, I can't describe that, bro. That's a feeling like unearthly. Like, that I can't describe that for real. I wanted to ask you something though. Are you from Philly?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm from like an hour north of here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Grew up in the area.
Oh, you an hour north from that
Allentown.
Bad,
I'm from
though.
like Allentown.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. My real name's actually Alan.
What is it, Alan?
Yes. My real name is Alan Morris Smith. That's my slave name. That's how I like to say it. The S. It was in high school. I was like senior year of high school, and I started playing volleyball. And as I'm playing volleyball, I jumped high as hell. Like, I was spiking, and they was like, yo, this nigga just fell from the sky. Like, he's skywalking and some shit like that. And then eventually I just started telling people, I'm like, yo, call me, man, I'm changing my name. They was like, what? What you mean changing your name? I'm like, I'm changing my name. They were like, nah, you can't do that. I'm like, yes, I can. What the fuck you mean I can't do that? And so it was like, what are you even going to change it to? I'm like, think about changing that shit to Skvwalker. Nigga, bah, get out of my face, man. You know him Allen, nigga. What are you talking about? I'm like, bah. But then I came to college, and the Skvwalker just started correlating with my art and stuff. And it just came to a point where everybody was calling me Skvwalker, so people just fucks with it for real.
It works.
Yeah, for sure. I still use Allen like in a professional setting, but only time you really gonna hear that is when I'm talking about the Project Aldo, because Aldo stands for, like, Aldo's an acronym. It stands for Alan's Last Days on Earth, and I honestly can't wait for that shit to drop for real. That shit is gonna be something crazy.
That shit sounds like it's your baby.
It definitely is. I cradled that joint freshman year of college. I was like, I got you, bro. Gave the bottle, like, oh my, bro, like that definitely is my baby. I can't wait for y'all to hear it. People be coming up to me like when they can see me in person and stuff, and we actually chill. They be like, yo, bro. I'm like, what's up? I know you got Aldo on your phone. I'm like, how you know that though?
None of your business.
I'm like, they be like, let me hear that joint, bro. I'm like,
bitch, that's none of your.
Bro, you gotta wait for the summer, bro. Be like, let me hear one joint, man. Let me hear one joint right now. I'm like, all right. They be like, word? I'll be like, yeah, I got you. Like, it's one song on Aldo called Oz, and I played that for somebody. It was like, yo, when this coming out? I was like, it's coming out in the summer. Oh my god, because I told everybody about Aldo like 2 years ago. So I let that one person listen to it 2 years ago. They was like, bro, how you gonna have us wait like this? Are you serious, bro? I was like, yes, I'm serious, nigga.
There's a process.
It's a process. So, like, the process is happening. You just gotta let it happen. One of the things that's happening right now, though, is Chance just got greenlit for this Netflix series. Chance, Cardi B, and T.I. just got greenlit for this Netflix series called Rhythm and Flow, and everybody's been hitting me up. It's like American Idol, but for rappers. And so they've been going all over social media telling people like, yo, go online and do auditions and sign up for this. As soon as Chance posted that post saying like, yo, this is the website, make sure you go here. We looking for artists that's dedicated, independent, and ready. And everybody hit my line. It was like, Scott, bro. I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm in class right now. I can't. You gotta apply this fuck class, bro. This Chance the Rapper. I'm like, all right. I got you. Like. So that I'm hella excited for that. I applied to last night, and they want a video to submit. And so during the Thanksgiving break, I'm gonna make this video. I'm gonna post that joint on YouTube. It's just gonna be me in the stew with me and my mans and shit like that. And I'm just gonna go off. It's gonna be crazy.
Are you good, like a music video, or you don't know, or are you keeping it on the raps, or?
It's not gonna be more of a music video. You ever seen like those live performance videos with NPR and shit like that?
Yeah.
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 It's gonna be like that.
Okay.
Like, where I'm in the studio with me, all my mans and shit like that. My producer put on the beat, and I just started flowing, going in and shit like that.
How have you thought about? Like, have you thought about it? Like the two paths of like you're at this point where you go and do this thing for the show, or like you stay, like say you never applied to it, right? Have you thought about, like, let's say you were to make it on the show, have you thought about kind of how that is a completely different trajectory and path versus like just doing it all yourself? Like, has that kind of?
I definitely thought about that. Like, from the moment people say, yo, you gotta do this show, I'm like, if I blow up from the show, people's gonna see me as the kid who blew up from the show, and not as the kid who like grinded hard as hell to go get it. Like, people, I know it's gonna be some people out there like, man, he only blew up because of the show. But if somebody was to come at me that way, I'm like, listen, bro, I grinded like hella hard for this. I don't think y'all understand how long I've been doing art, and I also don't think y'all understand like the position that I'm in right now. Like last year, I had no type connects. Like, I was like, I want to make music.
I want to be famous.
Like, right. I'm like, how do I make music? They was like, well, you need a mic. Oh, word. How much that cost? $300. Oh, shit. All right. Well, I mean, I can rap. Where can I get a beat? You need a producer. Uh-oh. I don't got no producer. I don't know anybody to produce. Oh, shit. I mean, I can draw. Shit, draw some cover art. I ain't got no music. Shit out of luck. Like I had to grind hard as hell to first find a producer, make some music, and then it came to the point where after I made the music, people kept telling to me like, yo, you gotta make more music. I'm like, nigga, it took me like 6 months to make that one song. So I had to save up to buy my own equipment. After I got my own equipment, it got easy. Like, because then I was able to build a nice little portfolio for myself.
Yeah. And
then now when I market myself, I'd be like, yo, go listen to my shit or whatever. They was like, oh, you nice. And I'm like, yeah, I'm nice. And they was like, oh, shit.
Now, not only that, there's beauty in that struggle. Like, there's there's so much more rewarding knowing that you're like, I started here. Like you said, you started here, and like, look, I did this myself. I didn't have it handed to me. Like, I didn't have this, that. Like, I figured it out.
Yo, like honestly, like people don't. I feel like people don't understand. If somebody understand, let me know that you understand. Cause I'd be like, do y'all know that like I was not in this position last year?
Yeah.
To just say, oh word, I'm gonna make a song and I'm gonna put it out on Apple Music. No, like I was in a position last year where I could do none of that. The most I could do is probably freestyle for you in person, and that's all it is for real, for real. So I'm definitely thankful to be where I am at right now and shit. And I got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
like,
you got to wake up every day just like with that one thing in mind.
Yo, not even gonna lie, like I got too comfortable this year for real. Like right now, I'm releasing music every day. I just bought Emotion so I can start getting my merch out there and shit. Cause
You bought what?
I got this screen print press, and with the screen print press, I'm gonna start making merch.
Get the fuck.
Yes.
That's hype.
Everybody's been like waiting for me to make the merch, but like I said, I'm doing this myself, so it's a process. So I'm gonna make that merch, and then after I make the merch, I got some things going on because I got a promoter and shit like that, and I'm gonna have a listening party for the Project Lindsay. That's gonna be hot. It's gonna be in the theater at Summit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's hella tough. It's gonna be hella dope. So I got a lot of shit going on, and like just seeing how it spiraled back from me just sitting in my room with my mans getting high and freestyling. It's like, damn, look at this shit right here. I remember the first time somebody like took it seriously. Like they took it seriously because I was with Zeke, right? Zeke was on Conceited. He was also on Black and Blue.
Mm-hmm.
He was the first voice, and me and Zeke was freestyling. And it came to a point where we was freestyling so good, we were in sync with each other, and we made like a full love song where I was singing and he was rapping, and then I started rapping and he started singing, and my friend is there. My friend was like, "Bro, y'all just made a whole song." I was like, "It is what it is." Like, I don't really think much of it. And she was like, "Yo, if y'all don't start taking yourself seriously, nobody will." And I was like, she kind of right. I should stop sleeping on myself. And that happened again this year. Like I got to a point where I felt like I accomplished something, and I started sleeping on myself. I'm like, I cannot sleep on myself. Like last year when I first started the meme account where I posted the video, I was going up to people, like random people. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're doing. I was like, yo. You like, oh, give me 1 second. You got, let me use your bathroom to go wipe my nose real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. You want a tissue?
Yeah, I need some tissue, bro. I was like,
right, there's tissues right there.
Shit.
Yeah, go do your thing. Slight intermission while Skywalker blows his nose. Put you guys on pause here.
So, like I was going up to people. We ready? We ready again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Yeah, so I was going up to people. I don't care what you are, I don't care what you doing, who you are. I was just like, yo, you like memes? They who gonna say no? Like who gonna say no? They was like, yeah, you like memes? Like this random nigga just walked up to us. They kind of scared. Like so, I was like, oh word, you got Instagram? They was like, damn, he's probably trying to slide in my DMs. But one confident person was like, yeah, I got Instagram. I was like, oh word. Well, you know that I run a Drexel meme account. They was like, what? You run a Drexel? Let me get that connect. And then, like, literally, I went from like 0 to 700 followers in a matter of like 3 months. So grinding like that, you see the progress from grinding like that.
Yeah.
And I fell off. I just fell off because after grinding like that, I felt like I got somewhere. No, nigga, you gotta keep grinding like that. Like,
yeah,
you ain't get nowhere yet. You gotta keep going for real.
The nice thing about that, and the bad thing about that too, is it's real. You realize real quick. Like it's not like it hits you quick. Like, oh shit, I'm just fucking off.
Yeah.
Like
I was with my promoter the other day. And my promoter, I was telling him about all the stuff that I got going on because one of the ways that I be falling off, I be planning for the future like crazy. Like the Project Aldo that I'll be telling you about that's releasing in the summer and shit like that, it's releasing in the summer.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm sitting on it, I can release it right now.
and then just get the listens in and stuff like that. But I like building stuff up. I like making a huge deal about it and stuff like that. My promoter was like, yo, you got to do more. I'm like, what? He like, you got to do more, bro. You got a whole fan base. You in college. You could have your whole college going off. Like, I was like, damn, he right. I'm not grinding hard enough. Like, so I'm definitely trying to get involved with the community. And that was another thing too. Like, being as though I'm an artist and stuff like that, I get real picky about who I want to work with and stuff like that. I got to make sure that they nice. I got to make sure that they cohesive with what it is that I'm doing and stuff. So I get real picky, and I'll be like isolating myself from everybody else. So like, I'm trying to cut that off. I'm trying to make sure that I'm inside the community, and the community is like all interacting with what it is that I'm doing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's not one sided and shit like that.
I definitely feel that because like I had the same thing with this. Like, I'm an introverted person. I'm like you said, I got a circle of friends, and to me, like, if that was that's it. Like, I'd be good.
Right.
But like with this, I did my first season, and like it hit me like, oh fuck, like I'm talking to people. Like, yeah, I can have people on multiple times, but like no one wants to hear the same 10 or 15 people. I was like, that means I need to go out of my comfort zone and start meeting people.
Yes.
Like, just like you said, like there's no way I'm going to be bringing new people on if I don't meet new people. So I was like, if I want to do this and, do it to what I think it can be, like I got to start, fucking talking to people, asking this, asking that. Yo, what's up? What's good? Like you said.
Yeah. Like that like, despite how extroverted,
Introverted.
The opposite of introverted.
Extrovert.
Yeah, despite how extroverted I might look to other people, because they'd be like, "Damn, he's so outgoing, like he's
going around with a hoverboard and
like,
everything,
yeah,
looking like Marty
despite
McFly."
How extroverted it might look, if somebody wasn't to approach me, I'm probably not gonna approach them. Like, if I'm just going about my day, like an average day with Sky, for real, I wake up, I have a bowl of cereal. I go to class.
What cereal?
Yeah. That's CT Crunch. Yeah, you already know that CT Crunch, best cereal. Yeah, I'm glad you ain't disagree. We was about to have a whole cereal argument.
Cereal's like sex to me. It's good. Even when it's bad, it's good.
And so, and then after I go to class, I just go back. I go back to my room, do my homework, probably smoke a bowl, have a couple drinks, fall asleep.
Yeah,
same thing. Like going out of that schedule is me stepping out of my comfort zone. So me being on a hoverboard, I know I look like a dickhead. I know people is watching me like, who is this nigga that is just rolling down the street? Like I know people looking at me like, I definitely go out my comfort zone in a lot of ways, but that's just because I'm an artist and I gotta express myself, not caring about how anybody think of me for real.
Yeah.
It just so happens that when I express myself, it'll be dope as fuck. Sometimes.
Yeah.
So like,
not only that, you learn from it. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, well, if I go out with like, the fear is kind of irrational in the first. There's like, you could prefer introvert versus extrovert, but like at the end of the day, it's like I talk to someone if like they think I'm a douchebag or a piece of shit. What does it matter?
Well, what does it matter? Be like, do you pay my bills? No, I don't care. Be like, dang, you're trash. Be like, what does that mean to me?
Like,
what are you? You also trash. Like, so am I.
You just got to tell them. You just look them straight in the eye and listen, I appreciate it, but your opinion is none of my business.
Your opinion is none of my business, right? Like, you are entitled to your own opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion. And my opinion is, I don't care. Like, that ass. So get that out of here. Like, yo, learning not to care was honestly one of the greatest things that I learned to appreciate as I just grew up in life and shit like that.
My man.
Because, bruh, I used to care so much, and now I don't. Like for this interview, I took a shower. I was like, I'm gonna take a shower. I'm not gonna do this.
Oh shit, you got all dolled up for me then.
Yeah. What? I can't just come up in here stinking and shit like that. He'd be like, yo, what's up? Ooh, hold on, let me hold my nose. What's up, Sky? Like, no. Like, I gotta make sure I come presentable and shit. But if I ain't meeting with nobody, I don't care, bro. I'm gonna wear that same outfit for 3 days because I got more priorities to do. Like, honestly, I don't even be finding the time to shower for real. Like shower don't fit in the schedule. Like, I got a good Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Saturday if I'm getting pussy. Like dead ass. Like, if it ain't that, is like, Listen, bro, I'm grinding doing this schoolwork, and I be caught up in my schoolwork where I can go hours upon hours just doing it. So
Good. That means you enjoy it then too.
Oh, I don't enjoy that schoolwork. No, I enjoy doing art though. Like I can definitely sit in the studio 24/7. Like if my life once my life gets to the point where I'm waking up going to the studio, I'd be in the studio for about 3 days straight, not even caring. Like no sleep because I just got so many ideas that I'm trying to create, and I'm not gonna stop until it's perfect. Versus when I'm doing homework, I'll be reading, bro. As soon as I finish the first paragraph, I'm falling asleep. Like I'll be like, this school ain't for me. But I gotta do it because I gotta set an example for everybody else and shit like that.
Dude, I respect that. I love that.
Yeah, that ass. Like I gotta make sure that I'm in school. Plus, I'm just blessed to even be here. Like I could be doing other shit with my life outside of the rap shit, outside of school, outside of actually having a job to support myself. Like I definitely could be somewhere else.
Oh, fuck
and I'm
yeah.
not. So
you and I both.
Right, exactly. So it's just me taking advantage and appreciating where I am and shit.
Yeah, and kind of just like you, what you said. Listen about not caring. That's like I think if more people adopted that, it sounds counterintuitive, but the world like gets better because it's like, what do you care what I look like? What am I dressed? What does it matter?
Right.
Like I don't know when it hit me. It was definitely over the past 2 years or so, but like you said, it just dissolved. It went like I was just like, there's so much shit people stress about that it doesn't matter. Like I literally showed up to class the other day with this white shirt that was just stained. I'm like, what does it matter? I mean, we're all here to learn. Like,
right? I'm like, does my T-shirt have anything to do with your learning capacity?
Yeah.
No.
Like, and it's hard then going through. Like, once you adopt that, going through, and like people just want to get upset over pettiness. It's like, well, what do you?
Yeah, I gotta sigh on the mic.
There's so much shit I look at in a day, and it's just like, it's just like. And, like, I think part of it, too, is, like, when you're focused on something else, that helps that stuff. Like this is my focus. I want to do this. You want to make music, then everything else shouldn't matter.
Right. Like, honestly, if you not helping me do what I got to do for real, not saying that you don't matter, but I'm just not going to care about what you doing. Like I honestly, what you doing is good. Keep doing what you doing. Don't comment on what I'm doing unless you got something positive to say.
Yeah,
and that can be critique too. Like if somebody come up to me and be like, "Your music trash," I'd be like, "Why?" like I really want to find out why you want to know why it's trash. So then it's not trash. Like so then I can make it better. But if you just hating, be like, "Your music trash," why? Because you wear Yeezys. Nigga, what? what does that have to do with my lyricism or the beat or anything? Like, what? People's comments and people's, like, genuineness to care about stuff that's irrelevant, I ain't got time for it. Like, take that somewhere else.
Yeah. And there's too much of it, too. It's like,
right.
Jesus, what do you people do with your time? Do you just sit on your phone looking at shit to get pissed off about?
Yo, honestly, so I went to Kappa. Kappa is the Creative and Performing Arts High School in Philadelphia.
Okay.
So me and my friends, we grew up there, and then we went to college together. So we all artists for real. I do my own art, and my friends, they animators, and they draw and shit like that, too. And so we be like, yo, bro. I'll be like, what's up? What do people do when they not artists? Like not even when you not artists, when you not creating something like what you got going on, you doing your little interview stuff. Like,
yeah.
You doing the podcast, and then you also in school.
Yeah.
I be like, yo, what do people be doing with their life? Like, do they just go to work, go on their phone, and then go to sleep? Like, is that all you doing? Because I mean, if you're comfortable with that, hey, it is what it is. But I want to live a different lifestyle.
Yeah, and when you start, like, when you stay busy like that, once you, like, build that up and you have a schedule, like, the amount your off time, it just gets magnified. Where, like, an hour of free time in a day is, like, completely different than what an hour might have been. You're like, how did I sit around all day just doing nothing?
Right.
When you're like like you look forward to that hour of like, oh, I can just like chill out, you know, just like let the mind rest, and like an hour feels long. Where before it's like, what the fuck was I like? People, and now people do this their whole day, like they just like nothing to do.
Right, I'm like, I'll be talking to some people because some of the people I work with, they not in the same position as me, where they not in college or they don't got a job or they're not even doing art. I just be talking to them and stuff because I grew up with them and stuff like that. I'd be like, what you got going on? They be like, nothing, same old, same old. I'm like, bro, last time I met up with you, we was in elementary school. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean, same old, same old? Like, are you still going to elementary school? Like, I swore we graduated together, bro. Like, it don't be making sense. So seeing how they like take all that time and don't be doing nothing, I'm just like, nah, I definitely cannot be doing that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I have too much shit that I have to tell people before I die. Like,
Yeah.
So I gotta make sure I work to do that for real. Also, I just love money. Like, I like buying stuff. Like,
I think everyone loves money.
right, exactly. I'm like, I see something. I'm like, I want that. That costs money. Oh, word. How'd you get money? Do stuff. Okay. Like, so I'm
Grind.
always doing stuff.
Grind.
Right.
Get money. Grind. Grind.
Good ass. So definitely got to do it. I'm gonna hit this vape, bro.
Yeah, dude. Fucking hit it as much as you want. So, you said your buddies all went to the same high school together, and you're doing, you know, you're here together. Is that what VOD is? Like, what exactly is VOD and VOD Havoc?
Okay.
Like, what's the deal with that?
So VOD Havoc, the title is a completely different concept, but as like it's like an organized group just full of artists. So if I was to name everybody in VOD Havoc, it's my producer Ev, it's my man in the suit, that's my manager, and then it's me as an artist, and then I got my man's Davik, that's Not Cynical, that's who you heard on System Overload, and then you got Z. Was at Drexel, but he stopped going to Drexel, and so he not here no more. And then you got my photographer Brandon, and then you got another photographer Brian, and then my promoter Booby, and all the other artists that I work with for real. But that's like the core 8 people who be getting stuff done. Where if you see me doing stuff, or if you see me making an event, we all orchestrated that.
So VOD's the clique.
For real. Yes,
like,
that is literally, that's the music clique right there. Like, when it comes to like the music stuff, that's definitely, I'm going to somebody in that scape where it's like, yo, I got a song, I'm going to Ev. Yo, I want to perform, I'm going to Max. That's the man in the suit. Mm-hmm. Yo, I got a song idea, I'm going to Davik. Yo, we gotta take this flick, I'm going to Brandon and Brian. Like everybody in that one little clique has their role, and what they roll, they like, nobody's trying to get over on anybody. Everybody's like, literally, they understand that with these artists, we try to help y'all blow up because we just fucks with what y'all do. So with that whole mindset right there, everything's just so cohesive and stuff. So
yeah, and like it sounds like you guys realize like there's no reason to try to be better. Like, it's like, if you're doing good, that means I'm doing good. So like let's help both push each other.
Right, and like even though we all got individual roles, we all artists for real. So like, my man's Brandon, he taking pictures, but the pictures that he taking takes an eye in order to like see those angles for real. Cause anybody can just pull out a phone and be like, "Blow, I'm a photographer because I just took a picture with you on my phone." No, nigga. Like, you gotta make sure you got the right equipment. You gotta make sure you got the right actual skill in order to make sure, be like, oh, this location right here is better than this location, so we gonna take pictures here. You gotta make sure you find the right lighting and stuff. Like, there's all art to it. And also my producer Ev, like when he's making his beats and stuff, he like what System Overload. One of the fun facts that you saw in the egg was how it was structured and shit like that. Ev, I was telling Ev that I want the songs in a specific order. Ev said no. Ev was like, listen, bro, when it comes to structuring this, John, I'm going to structure it. And I was like, what you gotta do? Like I was not about to argue with him. I was not about to have any crawls because I know that Ev know what he doing. Like,
yeah.
Like he's his own artist. And so I fucks with him because I fucks with his art. If he has an idea where he's passionate about it, I'm gonna let him do his thing. Like, I'm not gonna stop this man. Like I leave Ev with some vocals, and once I leave it with him, I'm like, yo, bro, do what you do. He be like, got you. It comes up with the wildest shit. Like when you hear those effects on System Overload, Ev, that's what I really want to tell people about. I want to tell people about my producer, because I try giving him credits on System Overload, but it don't show up on anything. I don't use Apple Music like that. I use Tidal, and I was looking at the credits on Tidal, and my producer's name isn't there, even though like I put it in there and shit like that. So, like my producer, his name Ev. We found each other through Max. Max is my manager, and Ev is just so fucking good when it comes to producing shit. Like, I'll be like, damn, where the fuck were you when I needed you? Like, dead ass, because I be just watching him do it, like, watching him at the computer and, like, constructing the beat. This, like, I'll go into the studio, we'll schedule a studio date, and I'll walk in the room. Imagine a long hallway. At the end of the hallway, that's the studio. You open the door, Ev is at this computer. It's literally like the Batcave and shit like that.
Yeah.
Where it's this big-ass computer. He got his little keyboard. He's like, yo, what's up, Sky? I made this joint. Listen to this. And it's about, like, 8 tracks with some sounds in it. I'm like, all right. He plays 1 track. I'm like, oh, word, that sounds good. Plays the 2nd track to match the 1 track. I'm like, oh, shit, that sounded tough. Then he drops the whole thing on me. I'm like, oh, this beat is so hot. Like, when I first heard Black and Blue, that was crazy. I was like, I heard that beat. I was like, yo, bro, I got to write something to this. He was like, nah. I was like, huh? What do you mean? I want to use the beat. He's like, nah, bro. I'm like, why can't I use the beat? He was like, I'm putting Z on it. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's how Z got on the beat for real.
Okay.
But then Z left. He was like, we got to fill this joint in. He was like, yo, Sky, murder it. And I'm like, got you, man. Like, so I just came in there and murdered it or whatever. So it is what it is. But yeah, Ev is godly. Like, I call him Ev the God. Like,
Ev the God.
Ev the God. That's his motherfucking nickname. Because when you give him something, he gonna give it back to you. It's not even gonna look the same. It's gonna look completely crazy. You're like, yo, what did you do? Like, how do you do this? Like, it's crazy for real.
Fuck yeah, that core. That's like, I feel like not just in your, like, in music, but people just need that in general. Like, look to, like, everyone needs someone, a group they just look to. Like, where my man's at.
Yo, like, I did not have that mindset in the early process, and that's why it was hard, because nobody told me about a mindset like that where, because I'm an individual for real. If it was anything to my core that I'm a hold on the pedestal, is that I'm an individual, and what I do, I don't care about anybody else. Like, I'm literally just gonna do me. Like, I can honestly walk around this motherfucking street naked. If I'm walking around the street naked, mind your motherfucking business. I'm walking around naked and enjoying myself. Like, that's how it is. So when I went to start doing the music stuff, I ain't think that I was going to be collabing with people. If I collab with people, I'm thinking that I'm going to pay them for real. I didn't think of it as like a team effort or whatever. But it definitely is a team effort when you're doing shit like that, for real.
Fuck yeah. That's not necessarily with this, but, like, I got my South Mountain Boys, shout out. That's, like, our VOD. Like,
right,
our boys,
okay.
that when we're back home, like, it's, unfortunately, it's not at school, but when we're back home, it's like, where's everyone at? Like, what's going down? You know, like, you get that click.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you just need those people.
Fuck yeah. So you said, so it didn't start with music. Like, it started at a young age with art and drawing.
Yes. Like, so Havoc inside of VOD Havoc is, when I was a kid, I would watch all these cartoons. Like, you know Jetix and shit like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, when Jetix was on, you saw them 90s cartoons with the X-Men, Spider-Man, Hulk, Wolverine, all that shit, bro. I was into all of that shit. And so I was just drawing those characters all the time, different poses. And then it came to a point where I started drawing them in different situations. I'm like, damn, what it look like? I want Spider-Man fighting Superman. Oh, shit. I want Deadpool to motherfucking fight Deathstroke. Like, why is nobody making this? Like, and so I started coming up with ideas and shit like that. And it came to a point where my art got so good. Like, as I was growing up, the adults would look at me. They was like, what is he doing? Did he draw that? They'd be like, yes, he draws really good. And I'd just be at the table. I was a quiet young boy, too, so I'd just be like, because people would literally be over my shoulder watching me draw. I'm like, hello. Like,
Excuse me.
Right. Like, can I help you, nigga? Like, dead ass. And so, as time went on, I got to middle school, and in middle school, I won like $500 because throughout middle school, I was drawing for everybody. Art class, people was coming up to me. They was like, yo, draw this for me, and I'll pay you. I'm like, all right, cool. Make like quick $2. But then during graduation, they give out awards. I did not know those awards had money in it. So they gave me about like 4 awards, won $500. I was like, oh.
Wait, you got you got for middle school.
Yes.
You got $500 for like the awards you won.
Yes. So I won these art awards, and the art awards were from people who sponsored the school.
Okay.
And so when they gave me the award, I opened the award up. It was like a nice little case, like I don't know how to describe it. Like imagine you get your high school diploma. It was in like one of them joints.
Yeah.
And then inside of the joint was a check, and I was like, oh, that's $200. I've never seen 2 zeros in front of the 2. Like I always thought it would be a decimal there. No, I just got $200 because everybody knew in this school that I draw really well. Like, so I was like, all right,
Ding.
I definitely know that my career is in art. Like, I know what I want to do. So, of course, I went to Kappa. And then after going to Kappa, I majored. Like, when you at Kappa, you major in one of the arts. The arts that they had at Kappa was creative writing, film, dance, visual arts, vocalist, and instrumentalist. I was a visual artist. And when being a visual artist, they have you drawing, they have you painting, they have you sculpting, and they have you hand building. And I like from the start of freshman year to the end of senior year, you bloom into something that you would never expect yourself to bloom into. Like one of the things, like people say this all the time. You know what a glow up is, right? Like when you one person when you were little, and then your whole style changed. People be like, "Damn, you grew up a lot, bro." Like,
okay,
like, yes, I grew up every year. Like every year at Kappa, you gonna glow up because you realizing what your style is, because they got you making art. They trying to have you express yourself, and then after you realize what your style is, you start seeing how that style like just apply in your life. So one of the things I'm getting into now, one of the things I like doing, I like incorporating like little characters, like little character pieces inside of my outfits. So one joint that I'm about to buy the Vegeta vest.
The Vegeta vest.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta look this up.
You know who Vegeta is?
Vegeta. Spell that. No, I don't.
You know.
Let's see if I do.
You know what Dragon Ball Z is?
Yeah.
Vegeta, Goku, and Vegeta.
Oh, okay.
The vest that he wears.
Okay.
I'm about to buy that joint, and so I'm gonna just wear it like with casual outfits. One thing that I already bought, I got this Itachi. I got the Itachi cloak, and people was like, "Yo, that's dope as fuck." I'm like, "Thanks, bro. I appreciate that."
How do you spell Vegeta?
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Vegeta.
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 Yes.
See, I didn't fuck with Drag. Okay. Dude, you are gonna look.
Yeah, it's gonna be hella fire. I
Get
can't wait to get that vest. I'm literally gonna wear it with like casual ass outfits where I'm wearing a t-shirt. I'm like, I'm gonna put on my Vegeta vest today, and I'm just gonna walk outside, and people's gonna look at me. They gonna be like, you can't just not look at a nigga who's walking down outside in a Vegeta vest. You're gonna be like, is that nigga wearing a Vegeta vest? Yes, I am. Like, I like that. One of the things that my friend just bought. He just bought these Sonic shoes. Like literal shoes,
like the flying, like with the wings on them.
No. Like there's red shoes with the white strap on it, like the Sonic shoes.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
And so I was like, bro, that's too dope. And he was like, I know, bro. I'm like, it's saucy as fuck. He's like, I know. like it was so tough. So that's one of the things that we doing too. And like honestly, once I build that nice little collection, I can't wait to go on to the next thing. But until I build this collection, it's gonna be nice.
I like that. That is definitely, to me, that fits you. Like I could just see you walking around like, oh yeah, that's Sky. Like, and to me, like I fuck with that. Like I'll be like, yeah, he's doing his own thing. What's he got on today?
yo, I don't think you understand how many comments I get like that. They be like, oh, that's just Sky being Sky. Like honestly. People be like, it's no other way to describe you except saying your name. Like, and that I just think it's so funny, like somebody being so unique that like you got to use the title that they gave themselves and shit.
Well, on top of it, you got your Rubik's Cube that you're always walking around with. Look at that, boom.
Always keep the motherfucking Rubik's Cube on,
woo, folks, he just whipped it right out of his I'm drawing a blank, his fanny pack. Do you have 2 in there? You don't have 2 in there.
Oh no. This I used to keep 2 on me, but that was because I just recently bought this. And one of the things we have in Rubik's Cube is if you have multiple Rubik's Cubes, you got a main. So
You got a what?
You got a main, like a main Rubik's Cube. Like
oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I got you.
And so I was struggling with choosing which one would be my main, so I carried them both with me. And it came to a point where I almost lost one of them because I had one in my hand, and I was like, "Oh shit, what the hell was that?" I was losing it. I was like, "All right, I gotta keep at least one on me, like, because I can't have two." I love this joint, bro. I started getting to the Rubik's Cube when I was in 3rd grade, bro. I saw the Rubik's Cube sitting on my man's desk. It was my teacher desk. I was in computer class, and it was sitting on his desk. I walked over to that John, and I was like, "Yo, what is that?" He was like, "Oh, word, that's a Rubik's Cube." I picked it up, twisted the faces, and he was like, "Huh." I'm like, "What do you do with it?" He was like, "You solve it." I'm like, "Oh, where? How do you solve it?" And he was like, "Well, you get all the faces to match on each color." I'm a kid. I don't know what a face of a cube is. I don't know what a cube is. I'm just like, all right, how do you do it? It was like, well, only people that can do it is a genius. That's not true. But I was a kid. I was not smart. I was like, I'm a genius though. So I was like, all right, I can solve this. He was like, you can solve it. I was like, yeah, bro, just leave me an hour with this. And he was like, all right. Leaves me an hour with it. I worked on it for the rest of the class because I got done my work. I come back, I did not solve that, bro. I was like, yo, let me take it home, please. He was like, I'll let you take it home. I was like, hey, let's go. And so I take it home, still don't solve it. I definitely had to search up the algorithms for it. And after I searched up the algorithms, I learned it in like 2 weeks. Went back to my teacher, learned how to solve it. He was like, oh shit, you really solved it. I was like, yes. Being in 3rd grade, you just saw a 3rd grader solve a Rubik's Cube. He was definitely baffled. He was like, what? And so ever since then, I fell off on it in middle school because in middle school, I was just doing art. I was trying to talk to girls too. My mindset, I was like, I want pussy. Fuck the Rubik's Cube, man. Like, fuck all that shit. So,
yeah, that's probably a good trade.
yeah, good trade. So I fell off on it, but then I got back into high school, and being in high school, I was like, damn, I can still solve a Rubik's Cube because I saw somebody else do it. It was the first time that I saw somebody do it like really fast, and I was like, and in time, like how fast I solved the Rubik's Cube didn't matter to me. But somebody came up to me, and it was like, anybody can do anything, but it takes one person to do something really well. And I was like, that just stuck with me. So I was like, oh word. So if I'm gonna get good at this Rubik's Cube, I gotta get fast. And I got fast, bro. Like, it started off with me being like 2 minutes to a minute. Then I dropped to below a minute. I was like doing 50 seconds. That's what I was showing off to people. It was like, yo, he can solve it under a minute. Like, that, I'll go up to people. I'll just be doing it casually. They'd be like, yo, you do that in like less than a minute. That's unbelievable. You know I could never do that. I'm like, well, I do it for people like you. They're like, yeah, man.
I do it for people like you.
So then, senior year, I found out that there was more than one way to solve the Rubik's Cube.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yes, and so the way that usually people start out with it, they solve it layer by layer. They make a cross. After making a cross, they solve the corners. After solving the corners, they solve these pieces. Then after they solve these pieces, they do the same thing, but on the this side using algorithms so that they don't mess up what they already did.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with an advanced method, you solve the cross, and then instead of solving the corners and this separately, you solve this at the same time. And then after solving that at the same time, instead of solving that cross and then solving these pieces, like the way that on the top, you solve the whole yellow face. And then after you solve the whole yellow face, you put these in the correct pattern. It's crazy, but the steps that I named for you before took about like 7 steps.
Mm-hmm.
The steps that I named to you just now, that took 4 steps. What it is, cross, F2L, OLL, PLL. That's 4 steps.
Okay.
And once I learned how to do that, I went down to 40. Then once I went down to 40 seconds, I was like, bruh, I'm trying to be like at 10 seconds. I'm almost there because I'm sub 30 right now. That means like I average between like 28 seconds to 23 seconds.
Do you have someone scramble it for you? Because, like, does that matter? Because if you know the algorithm and if you scramble it, I feel like there's a bit of a bias in there. Because, like, you know what I'm saying? If you scramble it and you're kind of like, I think I kind of scrambled it this way, you can finesse back. Now, do you have someone where you're like, here, scramble this for me.
Yeah, usually when it comes, because a lot of people say that, they be like, "You ain't scrambling it right." I'd be like, "All right, bro. I mean, I'm still gonna solve that shit." Like,
All right.
So yeah, like scrambling it don't really matter. I like when people think that though, because then when I still solve it, and they scramble it. It makes them feel even better. They be like, "Oh, I just scrambled it, and solved it." Like I'd be like, feel good. I'm not gonna ruin that magic for you or whatever, because it's just nice. Like people really be looking at me. They be like, "What the fuck?" Other people, they look at me, be like, "I can do that." They take that joint from me, and then I watch them do it. I be like, "Yo, he just solved the Rubik's Cube in front of my feet. That's crazy." He ain't faster than me though. Like that ass. I'm gonna take another break.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
No, that's funny though.
Oh shit.
The first technical difficulties as
Right.
Sky approaches the tissue box. The first time I saw you were doing that, and I was like, we were on the elevator, and I was just eyeing you up, and I was like, okay, like. That was my first time that I was like, this kid's got something different, because everyone's on this elevator with their faces in their phone, and this kid's on the elevator just fucking, his head's in his own place. And I fuck with that. My problem with those is, like, if I got my hands on one and then I decided that was something I wanted to do, like, that's a lot of time that would just disappear into the Rubik's Cube. Whoever invented that must have been on another level. I don't even know where to begin. Judging by the name, I'm going to guess that it was some Chinese. But this guy got a nosebleed in the middle of a podcast. Here,
My bad,
hold
bro.
up. We're going to put this... We're going to pause this.
I had a nice story. I'm gonna be like, because I ain't always rap with the Rubik's Cube. Like, I would rap, and then I do then like the Rubik's Cube would just be a natural thing or whatever. How to solve the Rubik's Cube, and so we was on the train, and as we're on the train, I will solve it, and then my man's be like, pass that. I'd be like, we're here, bro, and then he'll solve it, and then my other man's be like, pass that, here, bro. And like we just go in a circle. It looked like we passing the blunt, but it's for Rubik's Cube, and we all people of color, so people just like, what, they different, like dead ass. And I like the first time I saw the Rubik's Cube rapping, it was I was on an interview with this dude named H Dot, and H Dot was connected with my promoter, and I've met my promoter through my cousin, because my cousin also raps. So my cousin, he was in Philly, and he was like, "Yo, bro, I got that interview today. You know, I was telling you about it." I'm like, yeah, I know. He was like, "I need you to come through." I'm like, "Yeah, I got you. It's in Philly, right?" He's like, yeah. We staying in the hotel. I'm like, "All right, bet." Get to the hotel. H Dot get there and shit like that. And he set up. Once he set up, he was like, "All right, put your song on. Make sure you promote it to the people and stuff like that. And then after you put your song on, I'm gonna have you freestyle real quick." And I'm like, "All right, cool, chilling." 2 people went first. And then after they went, it was like, "Who next?" I was like, "Me, I got you." Because nobody wanted to speak up. He was like, "All right, what's your name?" I'm like, "My name's Skvwalker," or whatever. And I had a Rubik's Cube in my hand. Somebody came up to me and was like, "Here, bro, I got you. I'm going to hold that for you." I'm like, "No, it's chilling." And everybody literally, like, turned their head once I said, "No, it's chilling." Like, I literally was just thinking, I'm like, "No, you ain't got to hold it. I got you, bro." Also, it was a fresh-ass Rubik's Cube. I'm like, "Don't touch my shit." And so I'm like, "No, it's chilling." And they was like, "What? What do you mean? Like, are you about to rap and solve that?" I never thought of that. Like, I was just like, oh, like, people get excited about that. And so I was like, yeah, I didn't really think much of it. And it was like, "Oh, you like that?" And I'm like, "Oh, I guess I am." Like, and so I started freestyling, bro. And I have this one freestyle that, like, when I spit it, and if you haven't heard the freestyle, your jaw gonna drop. So I spit that John, and I solved the Rubik's Cube. They literally, my promoter was bouncing out his seat, like literally jumping up and down in the air. And then H Dot is leaning on the table like this. He's like, oh, this man is so good. And my cousin is in front of me. He like, "That's my motherfucking cousin. That's my cousin." And everybody looking at the phone that they live streaming on, and their comments just says fire. And the other rappers go on. Nobody was expecting that. Like, I went on the show. Nobody was expecting that. They was like, yo, he just came on this John and literally tore it up. So once I left, everybody in the comment section of the live stream was like, Skvwalker, bring back Skvwalker. I was like, oh shit. So H dot somebody's rapping. He was like, somebody come up to me because I'm sitting down. I already did my turn. They come up to me. I'm doing my Rubik's cube. I'm like, what's up? They was like, they want you to go back on. I was like, huh? They was like, they want you to rap again. I was like, oh shit. You got more bars? I was like, yeah, I got more bars. The fuck? Like, so I'll go back on there. I start freestyling again. Everybody was ready for it this time, but they was ready with like an appreciation. It was like, damn, he did it again. Like, it was crazy, bro. Like, after that happened, I was like, oh, word.
That was pretty hype. I saw on your IG the one that you had. You have a couple videos up of you doing it, but
oh yes,
when we first met and you told me, and I went on your IG, I was like, holy fuck, this guy's rapping with a Rubik's cube, solving it. That's nice. That's fresh.
Yo, yeah, like I did not know people fucks with that. I was like, all right, shit. If y'all fucks with it, I fucks with it.
How are you not gonna fuck with that?
I don't know. Like it was like I see the Rubik's cube as a hobby. Like I literally do that as like, all right, I'm a little stressed. I'm gonna do my Rubik's cube to de-stress.
Yeah.
I did not think this is a performance trick that I can use and shit like that.
Okay.
So exactly. So I was just like, all right. I was nervous going up in front of H dot. I had the Rubik's cube to cope with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I feel you.
Exactly. So just having that, it was like I did not expect this to pop off the way that they wanted.
That's hype.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
hype.
Like shit literally just be falling into place.
What? Because obviously you have to have some influences. Like what did you grow up on, and who were you looking up to as a kid when you grew up? Like, who were your rappers that you're like, yeah, this guy, this is the man? Because for me, it was like it's 90s rap to the core. Like, big, you know, name them. You got Biggie, Tupac, like Rakim especially, just pure lyricism.
If I was to name, like, a good top 5 artists, it would definitely be people from, like, today's time, for real.
Okay.
I ain't even gonna hold you, but it's a nice little lineup. Like, top artists wise, Tyler the Creator. Like, I fucks with Tyler the Creator so heavy. I remember I was in high school and I was trying to bag this girl, and she was like, so what music you listen to? I bet you listen to like Drake and shit like that, because that was when Drake didn't release nothing was the same yet, and he was mainstream, and so everybody at my school was hipsters. They didn't fuck with the mainstream shit. I was like, nah. She was like, you know who Tyler the Creator is? I was like, I do know who Tyler the Creator is. And I was texting her. She was like, oh, you do? Whoa, that's actually pretty dope. I was like, yeah. She was like, name one of your favorite tracks. Go to Google, search up one of his tracks. Right. Because I definitely did not know who he was, bro. I was just trying to get in her pants. I was like, oh, word. And so then I listened to one of his songs. I was like, oh, this nigga weird as fuck. Like, I fucks with that shit. So I started listening to more of his music. I was like, oh shit, he actually pretty dope. And his voice was as deep as mine. Yeah. So I was able to rap his shit and not sound like a dickhead.
I'm a fucking walking paradox.
Right. Like I heard Yonkers and I was like, did this nigga just eat a roach? Like,
that was on some other level. I didn't know what to make of that when my little eyes witnessed that for the first time.
He said my little eyes witnessed that.
Like, I don't remember who showed it to me, but knowing my friends and knowing the type of artist Ty is, like, right. I could probably narrow it down to who showed it to me, but I'm like, is this motherfucker eating a cockroach? And he pukes it right up.
Right. I was like, yo, he really ate that, like, on set. That's wild. And so I was like, yeah, I definitely fucks with Tyler, the Creator. Just because, like, how creative he is, how expressive he is. Like, the one thing I use to describe Tyler, the Creator, I tell everybody he's the most human you will ever see somebody be. And that's because he's just expressive. Like, he expressed how he feels, and he don't care about how anybody else feels towards the way that he feels. Like, he's a complete individual, and that's what I strive to be. And then the second person, second person is definitely Logic. Like, I first found Logic, I was on Pandora, and I heard Under Pressure on his album Under Pressure, and I was like, whoa. Who the fuck is flowing like this? And
Logic flow is just unbelievable. I was like, yo, he's really like going. He's not stopping. Like it just kept going. I was like, yo, oh my god, he's like amazing. And then he released the Incredible True Story. I was like, whoa, that was like I listened to the project and thought I watched a movie. I was like, yo, that was crazy.
Bro, I got that on vinyl.
Yeah, yo, you like I had to cater to that. I was like, yo, bought that shit. I was like, yo, this is a mainstay right here. So I definitely fucks with Logic. Also, he solves the Rubik's cube. He's a nerd like me. What? Like, come on now.
For the record, all the listeners, Sky has a bloody nose right now, so props to him for continuing doing this, and I apologize if the audio is getting a little shoddy.
No, my bad. Yeah, my bad, bro.
Now my mic's fucking falling apart over here. But damn, so you don't have any like super impactful influences from like the golden era.
It's hard to say that. Like my top 5 is definitely not from the golden era, but I definitely listen to the golden era. I definitely know some people that I fucks with from there. Like, of course, I fucks with Method Man. Method Man was my nigga for real. And then Biggie, oh yes, Biggie. I definitely fucks with Biggie. Biggie is my man's too. And then of course Tupac. I mess with Jay-Z more than I realized. Like, it took me a while to realize that I appreciated Jay-Z for his craft, his grind, and like everything that he did for hip hop for real. Because I didn't see him as that big of an impact, but he definitely has. And then I fucks with Nas. Not like how can you not fuck with Nas?
Dude, I just listened to God's Plan all the way through, and dude, like Nas was on another level. Like, he's on something else, and he's still going too. He just came out with something a couple months ago.
He came out with something He released that this summer?
Maybe it was like a couple weeks ago.
What?
He released something mad recently. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, what? What did he just release?
He came out with the... why would they not put this in order? Fucking Google. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I'm like, I think that's his most recent album.
What the fuck? Oh, not this is the album, not if I could pull up motherfucking Wikipedia. Here we go. Yeah, Nasir, 2018. June 15th.
Yeah, alright, yeah. He released that summer. I'll listen to that.
Yeah, there was some in there that I'm like, whoa. Yeah.
You fuck with that John heavy?
I'm skeptical of rappers, like, if you're that, like, because rappers are just notorious for falling off.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical of that. Like, in my opinion, M isn't, like, you can't really compare M to who he was in 2001 in, like, that era because they're so different, but, like, that's an example. And, like, you get these guys that get old, and there's that saying, like, to be great, like, you either die a legend or you live long enough, you know. And to me, like, a lot of rappers, like, that's what they do. So when you get Nas, who's been at it for, like, 20-plus years, releasing a project, that's, like, it's still like, ooh, okay, I see you.
I think I'm good now.
Ooh, nosebleed resolved.
Right. We like, we gonna be ready. Hold on, what time is it real quick?
6:30.
It's 6. Ooh, yeah.
You little out? You got
Yeah.
you got a piece out? All right. Well, dude, I appreciate that.
Damn, I'm sorry about that, bro.
No, dude, no problem. I'd love to have you on again, my man.
Oh, word, yeah. That definitely gonna make this happen. Well, where does it get released at again?
Yeah, so right now I'm just on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Skvwalker. Tell them how they can get at you.
Yo, get at me on motherfucking Instagram at Skywalking. The Y is a V, and then search me up on SoundCloud, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, all of that. You know what I mean? With Skywalker, the Y is a V, bro. I'm on everything. For
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Till next time, you fuckers.
real.
Peace.